Hello everyone, and here on my bench today is big and mighty Technics M95. Alright, this deck has a lot. Wow, the screws, you have to remove them to get access to the knobs for calibration. Oh wow. I don't see like if it opens. No, I don't believe it opens. The door is opens, and here we may see single capstan deck. Capstan is running, but I'm already tried, and like a real motor is not showing any signs of life. I also see the digital counter is dead. This indicator is lit, a little bit dim, but still like can be seen. Dolby peak level. Where is the Dolby button? It's monitor, tape source, switches, tape select, rec mute. I don't see Dolby is on. Memory 1, memory 2, controls, but no Dolby button here. So maybe it just on the switches right there. All right. So I tried to set tape. You see, relays work, and I will play back. If I will run it, I will do it for a short time. You will see it tries to pull tape, but it's not pulls it back because reel is not rotating. So those are on brakes. Oi. So let me open it. Let's start working on it, and I will show you the most interesting parts of the deck. See you. Here I opened the cover, so you see there are 2 screws and there is no moving parts. So just to get to these controls, you have to unscrew every time. Here we can control Dolby. Has 3 positions. So it's just Dolby B and with MPX filter. Mic line 400 gears and 400 gears and 8 kilogears calibration. Meter light. Okay, you can get it brighter and dimmer. That's how it's adjusted. All right, the last one. It's output level, I believe. Yes, output level, timer, and that's the calibration. So rec calibration, what's this for? I cannot see well, it's too low for me. It's a bias adjustment for every tape type. Why? Interesting. And 2 microphone inputs. The power. Door eject. Okay, now we tried all controls. We know where they are. Ready to pull it apart. See you in a moment. Here I removed the top cover. And like, oh my. How many boards? Power supply, control boards, the record playback amplifiers, indicator boards. There is like, I believe that's bias control board. There was calibration boards. All right, this would be interesting. And there's a motor control board. With that board, I believe it may be direct drive. All right, so I need to remove the front panel and this little cover from here to be able to remove it. And then we'll get access to the tape transport. All right. One and like big look over all the boards. All right, there's another board right there. All right, let me start working on it. See you soon. All right, I'm continuing the assembly. I removed the front panel. It consists of 3 screws on top, and on bottom there was 3 screws and small panel which separated, and then another 3 screws which holds the front panel, and it's pulled out. 9 screws for the bottom part. So like looking into this decks, it reminds me Revox, because like it's built really well. Lots of attention to the like decor, to the details. That's the glue you would need to clean up. Or like was not glue, it's probably leaking capacitors, I'm not sure. You would need to do lots of cleaning here to make this deck running. Right, and these boards which are installed into connectors, that's a good sign right here. So the only thing that's it's complex deck. See, this board needs cleaning as well. So let's see if it will get easy to restore or if we will be struggling a lot, because this is one of the legends of its time. That's okay. That's adjustments for the different tape types for recording. All right. And that's the type of connectors I used with the motherboard. All right. Now let me pull out tape transport, and then we will start disassembling boards. See in what conditions they are, what we can do. See you soon. Okay guys, I'm continuing disassembly. That's good that all connectors are marked on the boards, and they have marks on the connectors. So we have 4 from the tape transport. 2 goes to direct drive control board. I believe it's a G coil, small one, and big one to control motor right here. F connector goes here on this board. It's control board, like it's C, D, E, F, and 1 connector, I believe it goes to the counter and levels, it's SH. All right, I believe that's everything from the tape transport. Now I need to get to the screws to disconnect it and pull it out. All right. As complex as it is. See you soon. Okay guys, I'm continuing working, as you may see, to get the screws on the right side. I had to remove display, and it's easily disconnectable, just 2 connectors. Be careful not to break this top pin. All right. We still would need to investigate why it's not lit, and I was able to pull the direct drive control mode board. There was another connector which was connecting right here on power supply. Okay, so I removed 2 screws here, 1 here. Need to see it's still like not moving, something else holding it. So let me find it and I will tell you. Okay, I was able to release transfer, so there are 2 more screws, 1 here, and 1 from the side right here. So 6 screws in total. Now it can be pulled out. Let me see if I can do with 1 hand. Yeah, so there is also head wires. I need to follow and disconnect those. See you in a moment. And it was not too complex. So you see I'm disconnected while holding with 1 hand. So it was another connector Y here. I believe it's for light behind the tape. And here is the connector from playback board. And 1 connector here from the record board. All right, I believe those bias mixing board. All right, now it's separated, and now we can see there is more microchips, more capacitors. owner wants me to fully recap this deck, so I would need to see what's working, what's not, but I believe lots of work needs to be done. That's the buttons, LEDs. Oh no, it's not LEDs. I believe it's regular bulbs. Okay. So we'll see how it will come up. I hope I would be able to restore it. And you see counter connectors, so they go from different boards. So it just connector boards here. So no parts, just rewiring to get a connector. Really interesting. Why not just put wire? Why? That's how they designed it. So let me make a bigger zoom view. That's the power transistors in the built-in power supply. So that's how they get heated over the chassis. There is fuses. There is another fuse right here. I would check all of them. So there is another board down there with fuses. That's the logic board. Because lots of goes from these buttons, right, from controls, and gets to this board, and then it gets to this tape transport, I believe, with this connector to relays. Okay. Okay. Not too complex to work on it. If everything works, so we would be able to revive it. If some microchip's dead, so like with this like condition, I'm not sure. Is it glue or is it some materials they put on top? I'm not quite sure what they did here. It was adjusted after factory because all these screws, you see, so usually on factory they put their film and adjust from the opposite side. And this film is already broken, so it was adjusted, I believe, maybe not even once. You can see they put the labels, minus 10 decibel, plus 2 decibel, checkpoints, MO out, okay, and they have these boards and 2 channels on each board. Interesting. It's recal board, considering the naming convention. Rec out level checkpoints here. Good. I need to find, and you see playback amplifier is enclosed from both sides, right, to remove any interference. That's good. That's really good engineering practice. You see everything is on connectors, can be disconnected, work it out separately. I like how this deck is built. All right. Good engineering culture. See you guys. Here guys, I'm preparing to work on this tape transport and I'm evaluating the decisions I made. That's the first time I see that door is open, so that's the scissor mechanism, right? But the force which pulls it down, the spring here, which pulls this cover, I mean, so there's another spring and so on. So they push here with these levers. Check it up. So they push down, and that's how scissor open, and the door goes out. And I believe I would just be able to simply remove it, and it will be an easy process. Just 4 screws and it opens. Really, I love the decisions. All right, I was correct, it was easy, 4 screws, and this scissor door was removed and would not obstruct us to work on this deck. All right, so next I will remove this shielding cover and let's see how everything is done right there. see, next, I removed this shield and it's not wired, not in holes it anywhere, so bulb sits right here. Really interesting design. And here is the idler, which don't touch in this position, don't touch the motor, but it's require relay to pull it up to make it work. Okay, so, and I believe idler was replaced. It still looks good. I will check it up, but that's the heads. All right. Some cleaning is needed, but everything operates really smoothly. Really, I like how it works. Okay, let's see if it's in engaged position. It's almost not move. So there is a spring, rollers, good old design. No rollers, plastic stands. Okay. I disappointed. Technics. Even like cheap Sony decks, like FX3, FX4, FX5, like that's like a low grade has the rollers. And here I see the plastic which holds the head carriage. Let me open, let me see what we can lubricate here. Make sure that it will work for the next 50 years. Switches down there, clicking well. Okay, see you soon. Okay, I'm continuing the assembling. I removed 3 screws to pull out this backboard. We get access to the capstan and direct drive motor, and it's heavy and large. That's good. That's the main magnet to pull the heads. That's the big one. Another big one to release brakes, and it will work when fast forward, rewind, and play back. Okay, I will show you on the front how it releases brakes and pulls the idler to the motor. The only thing that real motor is teeny. I would need to check how it works. Now let me remove this direct drive motor board, clean and lubricate capstan, and let's see what's next. See you soon. I would say, oh wow, so there in the middle it's a G coil, right, with these 3 like poles. How is it in English? I'm not quite sure. 3 poles, yeah, 3 poles. And here you may see the one magnet's rotating. So there are 3, I believe it's copper elements, no 3, like 4 copper elements. And then they make those like pulses on this coil. And that's the driving coil. So you see each coil is connected separately. It's made on some plastic element, and then it's just glued, and then it connects to this board through these holes. All right, so that's the capstan. It's not so heavy at all. And another FG coil. I'm lost. So this one gets direction, like it's versus Hall sensors. Interesting. Here, and here is FG coil. All right. No lubricant anywhere, and still works smoothly and easily after all those years. That's the design. All right. See you soon. And guys, I'm cleaning and lubricated the motor shaft and bearings. All right, and I checked these real motors. It works in both directions, so I just applied power and it rotates freely with good torque, so motor is good. So I probably fast forward rewind issue lies somewhere on the board, maybe transistors got blown. We will check it up. But more I look here, like it's lifetime design, so there is nothing to break, really. Cool. See you. Hey guys, and here I'm replacing pinch roller, and even this part is like fully separates from the one with the spring, and it makes it super easy to work on because like yeah, not tight. So I replaced it. Make sure I had to clean old lubricant because it was not allowing to rotate roller freely. Now it should be good. So the last part here is to install E-ring and click it close like that. All right, so I check it idler. It's soft and good, and it rotates well. Brakes works like guys, after like it's been like almost 50 years. I believe this deck is somewhere 1977, 78 model, and like really good design, good quality, everything made from metal, everything is sturdy, still moves. The only thing I would do better, I would put rollers below the carriage, at least as we've seen, like I was working, I believe, FX4 or something like that. So it has a large brass rollers when like whole platform was moving using those rollers and not plastic stands. All right, everything else is really good made for this time. Also, this light is separate from these sensors, so I believe those are infrared or Hall sensors, considering 4 pins, no 3 pins, so probably it's infrared because Hall sensors usually use 4 pins. All right, good. This part is done. I checked the light, it works, checked motor works, replaced roller, lubricated where it was necessary. That's the old pinch rollers, which is glazed with the tape oxide. All right, throwing out, ready to assemble back, and then we will start recapping boards and see what works, what not. See you soon. And here guys, I'm back again. I just completed recapping direct drive control board, these Nichicons as well, and all other Nichicons. I have to tell you that Nichicon stopped manufacturing fire and gold and Muse series 2 years ago. So there is like no more capacitors available. There are just like few values left with distributors and distribution chain. So I have what I have. Hope you are still enjoying what I'm doing. It still looks nice, and you see those black ones are Nichicon either. All right, but I'm not sure what's happening, but many manufacturers are just stopped manufacturing the good capacitors. It happens with Elna, Nichicon, a couple others. I'm not sure why, but that's quite significantly limits our abilities to work on the old equipment, and going forward it would be worse and worse. I have some like spare cups I was buying in bulk, but they're drying up quickly, really. All right, see you in my next parts. Okay guys, good news, capstan motor works. And I mentioned that there is like a quartz lock mechanism, but I'm trying to validate power supply on the real motor, and there is no in any direction, just zeros, right? So I would need to check this control board to make sure that all parts work there. See you soon. Okay everyone, I just recapped another board. This is control switches for motors. See, there is a torque adjustment and lots of transistors and few capacitors to work with it. Some of them, you see, I installed it for bigger voltage because I can't just run out of a smaller caps. They still will work because it's same value, just bigger voltage, so they will just last longer. I was measuring voltages and like I don't found any voltage in this area, so I believe there is voltage problem comes from the lower board, so from this connector. So I now will remove the lower board and see where the problem is. Probably one of the power supply is dead. I check it up all fuses work and rings well, so I need to find power. See you. And here guys, bottom board was recapped. All electrolytic capacitors has been replaced and brand new. Now next would be power supply, and then we will start looking for the missing power. What's going on. See you soon. Hello everyone, and here I'm back. I recapped 1, 2, 3, 4 boards. I just have no like 3 capacitors for power supply board, and like I decided to continue and start looking why we don't have fast forward. So see, it don't have rewind, and it appears that control voltages for transistors which operates with real motor, right, came from the board with the counter. So that's like voltage to like shift transistors base like from the ground, right? And then I started to look, and we don't have counter working. And so like I was looking through all the boards and came to the counter, and on counter I don't have plus minus 15 volts. And then like I go from this, go back to power supply issue, and on power supply issue we have a fuse resistor. On one side it has 19 volts, and on other side this fuse resistor has nothing, and it should still be 19 volts to the next stage of power supply regulation. All right, so this resistor is blown. Now I will check minus 15 volts and see, and if this is blown as well, I need to order. I don't have this. It's kind of how many 2 watt resistors. I don't have this. All right, and what is more interesting is the root cause. Why is it blown? Like, because there is no like that much load on these voltages. All right, moving on. All right, everyone. There have been a couple things happening. So I found a resistor and replaced it. I validated that plus minus 15 volts are there. I assembled everything back, connector, counter didn't lead, and after a few seconds resistor started smoking. And before that I measured it, like, so there is no like shorts, like, so there is no high load to the ground. So whenever something bad has happened, this means like I would need much more time to investigate it. Let me discuss with the owner. I'm already cleaning this board out of all residue. So probably I need to pull up both boards and see what's happening, why plus minus 15 volts are continue to be burning out. All right, see you. Okay guys, I disconnected this connector with power supply, which goes to indicator. I can turn it on. A resistor doesn't burn and it's cold, and I validated, so 15 volts is there. So I need to fully remove this board and find where the short is. It should not be consuming that much power. All right, see you. Hey guys, and here is the source. Like, I was looking, I don't see any problem. I started measuring, and these tantalum capacitors are exactly short circuit. So two of them on plus minus 15 volts buses, 2.2 microfarad. They show 0 ohm, both of them. As soon as I removed it on the board, so there is no short circuit. So I will replace all capacitors here, and let's test if it will start work. And here guys, just to demonstrate you, 0.6, 0.5 ohm capacitor. All right. Hey guys, I recapped 3 more boards, 2 boards like counter, indicator, and this bias control. All right. Now indicator starts, but I don't think CPU works properly. And fast forward, still not operate. All right, and rewind as well. Play back. So real motors still don't work. Now resistor is cold. No more short circuit. We'll continue investigating. This one is blinking. It's shows that quartz lock is working. All right. See you. Okay, guys. Moving on. Doing some progress with the counter. So CPU is not dead. That's already a good sign. So reverse. Need to find, so why it didn't work? I was pushing with, like, I was measuring voltages on the legs. As soon as I get to leg 17, it suddenly started work. I'm not sure what happened, but now, as you may see, counter works. Now I continue to investigate where is like positive voltage, which should engage the transistors for the real motor. All right, and that's a good news. You see, and it's increasing like bottom up, and then like clicks. Nice.